Yo, so have you heard that there are some crazy things left behind at hotels? Now, this show is basically called Have You Heard? It's where we go about talking about random news, funny stories, I guess, controversial ones, anything that we can make a commentary about. And I found a couple of them earlier today, one of which I'll do in a day or two because I thought it was too juicy to pass up on. But this one I wanted to talk about first, simply because of the random odd facts behind it. So none of this is just made up bullshit. This is straight up like, are you serious kind of moments, you know? The palm face, like, did they really forget that at a hotel? And normally I would skip a hotel or a motel kind of story because generally when I think of hotels and what people leave behind, I think like blood and semen residue all over the walls, ceilings, and ice machines. You know what I mean? It's like really kind of something I don't want to think about because, you know, people get freaky in there. People get killed all the time. But, you know, generally, you know, the things that are most commonly left behind are usually like wallets and cell phone chargers, laptop chargers, stuff like that, right? They released a little article today, and now this is the title of the article. The article was Kitten, breast implants left at hotel. Now that's where punctuation comes into it because there was a comma in there. At first, if I would have seen, if I didn't notice that comma, it would have been like somebody left behind their kitten's breast implants. You know what I mean? And I'm like, at first I was shocked because that's what caught my attention. Like, really, they have that now? And at first I was like, humanity, it doesn't shock me, right? You know, these people carry their cats in their purses and shit. They have outfits for them. Who knows? But then you got to think about the cost. Can you imagine kitten breast? They got like 8 nipples. That's a lot of fucking money in silicone, bro. It's just crazy. But anyways, and they don't feel as good either. Just putting that out there. I'm just being honest with you. They look better though. So I look at this and I'm like, so then it's separated. So there's breast implants. Now that's embarrassing alone. Like seriously, how far down the road you get, you know, 5 minutes down the road? Oh shit, man, I left my tits back at the fucking hotel. Can we turn around real quick, Mr. Guy? Like, how do you forget your tits? You know, and these weren't just the standard average tits. These were breast implants. These were imported from the U.S. You know, this is a UK chain. So at first, I was reading this, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So it says, a set of breast implants was one of the unusual items left behind by hotel guests in the hotel chain Travelodge in 2012. Now, all the stats you're going to get from this is basically shit that was left in this one chain. I think they've got like 500, 600 stores, or not stores, but chains of hotels, and this is just numbers and things that were awkward that were left behind over this 1 year alone. So I look at it, and so a set of breast implants that were left behind, you know, they were naturally from the U.S. They left them there. She was supposed to go get them done or something like that, and she left her tits behind. Not to mention that would lead to an awkward conversation. You know, you get to the front desk, I seem to be missing a couple items. And she's gonna be like, what? My tits? You know what I mean? It's like, how do you call? I don't know if I'd want to be the person to redeem tits, but those are probably expensive, so you kind of would have to. I'd hate to be. I would lose my shit if I was on the call. Yes, front desk. Hello. What were they C cups? Can you clarify what size so I know they're yours? You know, like, how do you handle that? That would have been the funniest day ever if somebody called and said, hey, I think I might have left my tits at your hotel. But that's just me. But anyways, you know, some other random things they found in there. One of which really caught me off guard. I'm like, are you serious? Who the fuck leaves that? But one of the things, you know, to clarify on the kitten thing, there was a Persian chinchilla kitten worth about $1,000 that they left. And, you know, the owner called and, you know, it was no big deal. She was just busy or something like that. And the cat was napping. So, you know, there was no crazy shit that went down. So there was no distress, no problems. And she forgot she, like, seriously just left it behind. And then there's some more in-depth stuff that was there. There was a guy that was attending a fish festival that left a bucket of crabs behind. Live crabs. You know what I mean? And these companies, they usually have like a 3-month to a 6-month waiting period where if somebody doesn't claim it, it's theirs to donate to somebody or burn it or whatever they want to do with it. I don't know if I would let, you know, a bucket full of crabs. That's good eating right there. Would you let that go? I mean, I don't know. I'd have probably killed them and said, I don't know, the kitten ate them or something. You know what I mean? Like, what would you do? But so a bucket of live crabs were left behind. Somebody's pet python named Monty. I see what you did there. Was left behind, and he was actually forgotten. I don't know if they had a name tag or a collar or a leash on it, but it said he was forgotten, so I don't know if the guy came back and retrieved his python, but it's kind of weird. And another one was Percy the micro pig, and the article goes on to say that it was a miniature pig that can weigh as little as 30 pounds. As little as 30 pounds. So, yeah, that's just kind of weird. I don't know if that was like a birth defect or if people actually raise micro pigs or something. We used to have a potbelly pig we had in an apartment complex when I was a kid. My mom loves animals. So I understand that kind of stuff. And then some of the more standard things. Somebody left a Rolex watch A set of false teeth with diamonds, bitch, those are called grills, okay? Where have you been? So somebody left a couple expensive things behind, you know. There was a Rolex left behind, some false teeth, and there was even some really, really unusual, unique items left behind. An 8-foot spray tanning booth. How the fuck do you leave a tanning booth? And the women, it wasn't one, so the women that left it behind said they were just too busy nursing their hangovers. They neglected to notice they had left it. How the fuck do you leave an 8-foot tanning booth behind? You know what I mean? That's like the doctor all of a sudden like, oh fuck man, I left the TARDIS back in 1953. Shit. You know, how do you forget that? That's a big fucking item. It's not something you just put in your purse or something like, I forgot my wallet, you know, something like that. That's a giant coffin you left behind, you know what I mean? So I looked at it and I'm like, what the fuck else could they have left behind? The original Harry Potter wand that was used in the Harry Potter films. I know, right? How do you leave that? That's insane. You know how valuable that thing probably goes for, like $100,000. I'm sorry, this is the UK, euros or some shit. You know, that thing's probably super valuable. I mean, to the right bidder, there's enough people out there. That thing could be worth like $500,000. But how does one forget their wand behind? Let alone who travels with Harry Potter wand? Just, I don't know. So many questions are out there. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think was the most awkward thing left behind? And what would you do? Like, how would you react if you were the person at the front desk and had to retrieve the calls and, like, you know what I mean? Like, how would you deal with that? But some of the more basic items, it goes on to say that teddy bears were one of the most common items behind. 76,500 of them across their 500 or 600 hotel chain. 76,000 teddy bears are there. You know, he was just like, those are just like lead on. You know, that's just like, oh, here's a teddy bear, let's fuck. It's just, they're courtesy things. You know, the people leave them behind all the time. And the other thing was books are left behind. You know, people leave shit all the time. 50 Shades of Grey was the most popular book left behind with 7,000 copies. And because it sucks, they just threw it away, right? So, can you, that's insane. People leave so much shit behind. I mean, I've lost a charger when we travel across the U.S. a couple times. I've forgot a car charger and shit like that. Everybody's responsible for that kind of stuff. But to leave your breast implants, your kitten, the wand to the original Harry Potter, and a fucking 8-foot tanning booth? I don't know. Some people make me laugh. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I did, in fact, get the swarm. Therefore, it led to a migrating host. And when that happens, you know, the swarm was gone as soon as I came back. But it all came back better here at the end to clutch out this nice little 4-man in the kill feed. And it comes back to show in the kill cam as well. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys really did enjoy the show, be sure to share it around, drop a like on it, as it really does help out a lot. And I will be creating a playlist and doing these more often if you guys like them. So also leave a comment or hit me up on Twitter or something like that if you have other funny, unusual, or unique stories you want me to cover on. Peace out, guys. Get it.